Hi and good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's market update. My name is Edmund, and today is a beautiful Tuesday, 4th of August 2020. So, for today, the economic calendar will get started with the Royal Bank of Australia's rate statement and cash rate at 12:30 p.m. today. And moving to the afternoon session, we will be having Spain's unemployment change data at 3 p.m. So, moving towards 5 p.m., we're going to be having the Eurozone's producer price index data. And also moving towards the evening session from the Americas, we will be having the manufacturing PMI data from Canada and also the US monthly factory orders numbers at 10 p.m. So, today's economic calendar is pretty light. However, we are still expecting to see some productive chart patterns and movements on the markets from 2 to 4 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, and also towards the US market trading session of the beginning of the US market trading session at about 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so moving towards the US dollar index, the US dollar strengthened for the second consecutive market day ever since last Friday, and also for yesterday on a Monday. The US dollar continued to have a decent recovery for the last two market days after being bearish since the 30th of June. Okay, so a quick look at the US dollar index for Monday. As we can see here, the US dollar moved up during the Asian trading session and again during the US trading session. Okay, so currently the US dollar is still ranging and possibly will move within this consolidation range of 92.50 to the low side, and to the upside we are looking at a resistance of 93.90. Okay, so this was one of the major events over the last 2 days, the US dollar having a decent recovery. So yesterday was also some economic data results coming out. We had the UK manufacturing PMI numbers coming in at 53.3, up from 50.1, and way better than the 32.6 reading that we saw in the month of April during the peak of the, I would say, during the peak of the pandemic impact on the UK economy. So we also had the Institute for Supply Management PMI data coming out from the US. So the numbers was very healthy, coming in at 54.2 for the month of July, which was higher than the reading of 52.6 in the month of June. So yesterday's US Institute of Supply Management data was also beating market expectations, and it was the strongest reading since March 2019. Okay. So a quick look at other economic data released yesterday. Again, yesterday was the day for manufacturing PMIs, and well, more than 90% of the manufacturing PMI numbers coming out from China in the morning at 9:45 a.m. To the data announced during the European trading sessions, the Spain, Italy, France, and German manufacturing PMIs, and of course towards the US trading sessions, the US ISM manufacturing PMIs all came in better than market forecast, and more importantly, all of it came in above reading of 50.0. Okay, so again, a reading of 50.0 represents an expansion of manufacturing activity, and in terms of economic recovery, that is a very healthy sign. Okay, so a small point to note. Even the US total vehicle sales came in at a very healthy 14.5 million vehicles sold versus market expectations of 14 million vehicles. Okay, so it seems like slowly and gradually the economic recovery in Asia, Europe, and the US is starting to have getting some firm footing again, and we will keep a close eye and see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks economic results. Okay, so moving back to the technical charts again, we saw the US dollar strengthening for the second consecutive market day ever since last Friday, after touching a very strong support of 92.50 which was way back in May 2018, okay, 2 years ago. So the US dollar finally found some decent support and was moving up for the last two market days. Okay, so as the US dollar was moving up in the Asian trading session, we do see the UK pound moving down during the Asian trading session, and of course the UK pound weakened again at about 12 plus 5. This is 17. This is 5 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. The US dollar weakens for the next 2 hours or so, and only towards the late US trading session, this is the candle here, at 1700 plus 5 hours to this. If you're in Singapore or Malaysia, this will be 2200 hours, which is 10 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. The UK pound moves up from 1.3012 to a high of 1.3080, okay, recovering about 68 pips. So yeah, this was as the US dollar was weakening back towards the US trading session. We do see the UK pound strengthening back up. Okay, so moving on to the euro dollar. Again, the euro dollar was more direct representation of the strength or weakness of the US dollar. So again, we saw the US dollar strengthening on last Friday and also on Monday yesterday. So we do see the euro dollar weakening on last Friday, going down about 140 pips, and then for yesterday it also weakened another 90 pips. Okay, so again it managed to recover during the late US trading session yesterday as the US dollar was weakening back. Okay, so UK pound wise, the current support levels or to the downside will be looking at the 1.3010 levels. Okay, so it is about 60 pips to the downside, and towards the upside the immediate resistance is at 1.3101, which is just about 25 pips away. And further on to the upside, if it breaks this resistance, we are looking for it to possibly move towards the recent high of 1.3162, which is about 90 pips to the upside. Okay, so for the euro dollar, it's pretty much a similar behavior. To the downside, we are looking at this pretty strong support of 1.1703, which is about 60 pips to the downside. Okay, this support level. So from the current price, it is about 65 pips to the downside, and to the upside we are looking at the first resistance of 1.1794, which is just about 27 pips away. And if this managed to break up, we could be looking at the further upside of 1.1840, okay, which is about another 70 pips to the upside. So these are the immediate support resistance levels and target prices for the euro dollar and also for the UK pound. For gold prices yesterday, after touching a high of 1,889 early in the morning at about 6 a.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, we do see the gold prices pulling back pretty sharply, coming back down about $19 in the Asian trading session, and towards 9 plus 5, 1400 hours, 2 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, gold prices during the UK trading session pulled back down from 1,976 all the way to this support level, the low of 1,960, going down about $15 before recovering during the late US trading session. Okay, so during the US trading session, it managed to pull back up about $16, and currently it's gone a bit quiet. So it is within a consolidation range at the moment. Again, we are looking at a support level of 1960, which is about $16 to the downside, and to the upside it has to first break this short-term resistance, and the next target level is at 1,983. Okay, so it's about $10 to the upside based on the current price, and also about $12 to the downside. So moving on to silver prices. Silver prices has also gone a bit quiet. Currently trading in a consolidation range, a very tight 53 cents consolidation range. So we will see what happens later on in the afternoon and towards the evening. Crude oil prices managed to find good support yesterday at $39.79 and managed to break through this short-term resistance of $40.57 and went to touch a high of $41.31, moving up for the whole from 5 p.m. until the end of the UK trading session. It went up about $1.50. Okay, currently it has also gone quiet, and we'll see where it goes later on. Okay, a quick look at the S&P 500. Last Friday, we saw the S&P 500 closing on a positive note as most major technology companies from the US, from Google to Apple, reported amazing quarterly results, and it helped to push up the stock prices and also moved up the indices. Okay, so for yesterday, we do see the S&P 500 moving up about 37 points, and again currently it is looking for further news and direction, but the sentiment is generally still on the bullish side. Okay, so yeah, so that about wraps up our latest market analysis in terms of the news and the market movements. So I hope you guys have a good trading day ahead, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the latest news and chart analysis. Thank you and have a good day.